Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight and welcome to our GlossGenius live community workshop. I am so excited to get started tonight and to introduce you to who's on stage. If you're just joining us, feel free to say hello in the chat. We've got a couple different tools on this live storm platform that allows us to connect with everyone while you're joining in and listening and connecting with us. We have a poll that we want to, Kieran, will you actually throw that poll in so folks can say where they're joining in from today? I want to make sure that we cover all that we have to cover tonight and get to our special guest, Nina Tulio. I'm so excited to get started. Hi, everyone. Okay, the chat is popping. This is what it's like. This is our first big headliner event of 2024, and I am so excited to kick off tonight with my co-host and friend now for almost a year, Nina Tulio, who is an incredible industry speaker and educator. Nina, I would love for you to say hello and introduce yourself to our incredible GlossGenius community and beyond for the industry at large.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited, so pumped to be here. Thank you to everyone that is taking time out of your day to spend with us. And again, my name is Nina Tulio. I have been in this business for 27 years and I cannot believe it. I feel like it's gone by so fast. I am a former salon owner, commission salon owner. I am a former hairstylist of 20 years, former owner of 11 years. And I now have my own business where I'm so blessed that I get to work with, coach, and teach and educate salon owners and stylists how to make more money, how to keep more money, and how to build their confidence while doing all the things. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I don't want to spend too much time on me because I want to be able to share all the goods and offer some value today for everyone that is tuning in. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Nina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so lucky. And if you recognize Nina from last year's mental health roundtable that we hosted back in May, Nina was one of our esteemed panelists who joined us for that. With us tonight, we also have my fantastic colleague, Kieran Bajwa, who is joining us from the customer success team at GlossGenius. Now, if anyone has any technical questions about GlossGenius, we may not get to those right on the call tonight, but that's what Kieran's there for. We'll collect your questions in the question tab. You'll see that as part of your Livestorm POV. And Kieran, please say hello. I'd love for you to introduce yourself as well. Thank you for joining us and being an incredible support.
Of course. Thank you, Danny. I love these sessions. I'm really excited to see Nina here and see all of our members and potential members just learning a little bit more about this. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, pop them in the questions tab. I'll be moderating the chat as well. So if you need anything, I am here.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We're a power team. Awesome. So Kieran, I'm going to move you off stage so that Nina and I can be here. Okay. First and foremost, tonight we're going to be going through a lot of tools and good, awesome nuggets for you to take home and put into action tonight and this week, and really kick off this year. That's why we wanted to do a program like this at the start of the year so that we can all set ourselves up for success together. And that's why we host these awesome opportunities for us to connect live with experts like Nina, but also give you all a chance to chime in, say hello, and share your experience. So throughout the call, I will ask for volunteers to share their perspective or an idea or a question. And if I do call on you, and I promise I want to call on every single one of you. That's my Cancer sun, Libra rising fighting one another, is that I want to please everyone, but we're only going to have a couple slots. So if you do volunteer, I will make sure to choose you, and then you'll come on stage. You can share your camera or not, but you can unmute yourself and chat with us for a few minutes. We also, I know you're like, okay, Danny, let's get on with the show. But we also have an amazing contest that we're running this evening for those who attend live. Nina will be offering a very special entry into her one of her boot camps that she offers for her clients after the, almost 3 decades in the biz. Nina, do you want to give a little insight on what folks will get when they enter this contest?
Yes, of course. So Make That Money Light is my self-paced version of Make That Money. And it's an online virtual course. And I've had this now for over 3 years. It's evolved over time. It is specific to the independent artist. And it is broken down so simplistically where you're going to learn how to price your services with confidence. You'll learn your price per minute, your price per hour for your business. You'll learn how to increase your profit margin. So the goal is to have your profit margin at least 50%. And you're going to learn how to do that. You'll get my calculators and my worksheets. And you'll also learn how to restructure your menu to make it a little bit more simplified. And you can take the class at your own pace. So we're going to be giving 2 of those away, Make That Money Light. And I'm super pumped about it. And I apologize. I'm going to tell this right now because you guys may hear my dog. My dog never barks. He never, ever barks. And he's barking and whining. So I apologize.
He's on stage. He knows it. We get it. Talk about attracting loyal clientele. Am I right?
Yeah.
Amazing. What's your dog's name? I have to know.
His name is Spence, and he's the sweetest, cutest little rescue. And he's a Bichon, and he is glued to my hip all the time. So he probably has a little bit of
for every successful business owner, there is a Spence in whatever capacity.
Yes.
Okay, so how you guys will enter that contest is at the end of tonight's workshop. So in about 45 to 50 minutes, we will have a moment where you will be able to take a picture of tonight's presentation and post that on social media. You must tag GlossGenius and Nina. We'll share the information at the end of the call of how to exactly do this. Don't worry about memorizing it right now, but that's how you'll enter yourself in the contest. So super excited to run that. And thank you, Nina, for offering that to our community. All right, so let's get started. Tonight, we're going to cover a few things. Like I said, some tangible resources and tools that you can put into action tonight, or even just in this time as we start the new year, and as you're thinking ahead for wedding season, if you're thinking ahead for the different seasons that your industry really manages. So the first thing I want to talk about is the domino effect of loyal clientele, keeping your top clients back and bringing in new business from that dream clientele and continuing to bring that new business. So like Nina said, make that money. I mean, I feel like we should all get tattoos with that. I feel like, it's going to be really exciting. So when we start off with the domino effect of loyal clientele, what we're looking at is making it nice. Has anyone ever heard that phrase before, like from the restaurant or food and bev industry, like making it nice? Think going outside, going out of your way to make someone feel special, listened to. And I'm not just talking about when they're in your chair. I'm talking about before, during, and after. So I have a question for everyone tonight. What's the best thing a loyal client has ever done for you? And Nina, I'd love to hear, do you have an example that you'd like to share?
I was so fortunate behind the chair. I had the most amazing clients, and some that are even, friends to this day, people that I keep in contact with on Facebook. I'm trying to think of something that, I think it's the little things. The little things really go a long way. And I don't drink coffee, so it wasn't for me that they would bring me things. But I think them trusting me with their friends and family and sending referrals, like people that they are extremely close with, and obviously their family members that they just want to protect. They were always very willing to share their friends and family with me. And I didn't even have to ask a lot of times. They would just send them in. I think food, sending flowers to the salon, getting us lunch, things like that, I think are just really kind. But I think the nicest thing that anyone can ever do for your business, and the biggest compliment, is to refer a friend and a family member. So those are some of the things that, kind of stick in my mind for sure.
Absolutely. And we're seeing some amazing engagement in the chat. I'm just going to call out a couple that I think are really special. Referring people, we already see that. I love it. You're reading our minds from Martina. Delia says rebooking, referrals, and being consistent. And I love Isabel buying you Starbucks and referring your friends. I mean, that couldn't be a better gift. And I think what we're seeing here is that having someone refer you is not only going to make sure that that person comes back into your chair, but they may bring in a few others. I love this, Melissa. Someone gave you a Dyson Airwrap system. I'd like to know what's going on in your chair. I love that. Jennifer says, one of my loyal clients offered to pick up my dry cleaning. She knew I was worried about getting there before they closed. So what's the moral of the story here is building relationships with your clients starts from the first time that they ever come in contact with you. And I don't know who it was. I saw it pass by really quickly, but that Walt Disney effect where no matter who you are, no matter how long it's been since you've been to the salon, that making that person feel special, unique, and confident, I think it just does go a long way. Wouldn't you say, Nina?
Absolutely. 1,000,000%. We're actually going to talk about relationships here because it's one of my key areas of focus today for our presentation. So I love seeing all these things. I wish I could read faster because I saw some really cool things pop by.
I know.
But it is about relationships. And, there are a lot of people who think that this business isn't about relationships. And I feel like we've kind of gone away from that a little bit. And I'm always here trying to pull it back. Like, come on, we are a service-based business. We're here to serve. It doesn't mean you forget about yourself. But in those moments when you're with your client, you are there to serve them. And it is about building that solid relationship that could last, for a long period of time.
100%. 100%. And that's, I think, the reason why we asked you to join us tonight is because you talk about that so openly and you're not afraid to share that. Like, there's no gatekeeping in the Nina Tulio community. There's no gatekeeping in the beauty and industry, beauty and wellness industry. It's that community over competition. And saw somebody, Lucia, saying you have to date your clients. And that, I think, is a really great way to think about it too, because it's not necessarily a push and pull, but it really is just how do you wine and dine someone that you're going to be in a relationship for a couple of years.
Love that.
Okay, so I know that Nina, you've got some stuff to talk about in terms of money and how to initiate that conversation. But as far as loyal clientele, like having a checklist that I think makes it really easy for you to have, like, let's say community guidelines. Like, what are the guidelines for your clients as a professional in the salon? Thinking about the almost like setting a bar for the kinds of clients that you want to have. A loyal clientele means that you're amplifying your business. You're protecting your time and you're respecting your own boundaries so that others can see that and respect them in the same way. I know that there are some folks in the chat who are sharing about goals. And one of the things that we asked each of you to join us before you joined us tonight and when you signed up was, were there any goals or any accomplishments that you have achieved in the last few months around building your loyal clientele? And we got so many responses. I mean, it's like incredible. I would love to know if you shared a response when you signed up, if you could type in the chat and like with a hand raised, and I will just pick an order of who, first come, first serve. If you want to share a recent accomplishment that you feel like you've set these boundaries or you've protected your time, or you've amplified your business. Okay, let's start with Haven, then we'll do Opal. Those are the first two that I see. So Haven, I'm going to invite you to the stage and you'll be able to either choose if you want to do your video or not, but that's how you'll join us. And so when you come on stage, I'd love for you to say, "Hey, Haven." Nice to meet you. Yeah, I can see.
Nice to meet you too.
Perfect.
So my biggest accomplishment is almost a year ago, I actually moved from out of state. I'm almost 23. I moved 800 miles away from where I live because I was actually engaged to someone. I was in a long distance relationship, and 2.5 weeks before the wedding, he dipped out. And so I really struggled because, I had a really hard time finding, a job. And then I did work at a salon, and it just did not work out. But I'm in my own private suite now. I do it how I want, when I want, and I've been growing clientele, coming from nothing and being abandoned. He also convinced my landlord not to renew my lease. So I almost went homeless and had to go back to, back to where I'm from because I didn't know what I was going to do. But, this just fell on my lap. I opened up a suite and I had a couple of regulars actually in today. So I'm actually still here. But so that's, I feel pretty, proud of myself for going from absolutely nowhere and on the verge of homelessness. And then I found a place and then I opened up here. So my goal in 5 years to open up my own salon here and live dually between Florida and Tennessee.
Wow. Okay. First of all, you just made my night. Haven, I'm so glad that you shared that first. Thank you for being so vulnerable and being honest with us about your recent experience. That must have been a very scary period, and not only like as a business owner but just as an individual. How do you feel? Yeah, please read the chat. You're getting so much love. I want to make sure because you should screenshot that for a rainy day
for sure.
Yes, I am. I love y'all. Oh my goodness.
You can screenshot them after the call. I'll make sure that it stays up so that you can have that. But you are so brave. You go, girl. And I think the fact that you still have regulars coming in today, I mean, the fact that you're calling in from the salon right now is like the victory. So I'm really excited to hear that for you. And I think creating those boundaries for yourself has made it worthwhile, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I'm so glad that you're here.
So awesome.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm looking back. Okay, Opal, I saw you didn't want to come on stage. Just kidding. So Veronica Ayala, I'd love to invite you to the stage if you are interested. I'm inviting you now. Let me know if it works. This is great. I feel like sometimes the hardest part is feeling a little bit alone in this, and
Absolutely.
like when, we're not alone when we're together and sharing this. Hey, Veronica.
Hi.
It's so nice to meet you. Thank you for joining. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Thank you.
So please share with us a recent accomplishment that you had about around loyalty and your clientele and how you've kind of overcome that.
Yeah, so I just recently added another employee to my team. So now I have 2 girls and we're slowly building up their schedules and getting them their clients.
Awesome.
Incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Starting off the new year taking names. I love that. Where is your salon based? Where are you based in the world?
So we're in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not too far from Atlanta. And we have a lot of clients that travel from every direction. So we're so excited.
Yay. That's awesome. Bringing good employees to your team or to your salon ensures that that bar that you set is going. I mean, I think that that's something that we should all be thinking about is how do you communicate your own values as the business owner to the team members that you bring on so that they can in turn make sure that your brand name is retaining those loyal clients as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks, Veronica. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. I appreciate you volunteering.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, Nina, this is what I want to ask you. I know that we've talked about this before. Like, what does it mean? Like, how do you do it? And something our community is constantly asking is like, what are the building blocks to loyal clientele? And like, I've put here word of mouth, positive reviews, social sharing. To me, we just always try to like, let's boil it down. Like, what are the things at any given point, and no matter what time we are in the year, can you start from? And I think in order to get those loyal clientele, from what we see in the research we've done, is having that word of mouth. So we all talked about referrals.
Yep.
Having someone refer for you, positive reviews, whether it be on Google, whether it be on your GlossGenius booking site, or even on social. That's social proof, is that third party validation that we need. But Nina, I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, and kind of piggybacking a little bit on this, I think we're going to talk about how to get and attract clients, new clients, your target client externally first, like how we're going to reach out to them outside of the salon. Because I feel, and if you follow me and talk to me, there are a lot of things that you can gain from inside your own business. You can make a lot of money internally, but let's think externally for a second and how we attract new clients, but not just new clients, our target client. Talking about word of mouth, hands down, referrals are the absolute best way to attract your loyal clients, because you're already leaning into your top clients, the clients that already know, love, and trust you, and they're going to be more excited to share you to friends and family. Now, the key to referrals, and I believe, is having a great referral program. So now one of our other key components today is I'm going to actually share my VIP referral program that I don't even think that I've shared to my coaching clients. I don't ever think I really talked about it a ton. And I'm going to share with you how to actually do this so you can dive deeper into your referral program and create a VIP referral program, which is just an enhanced version of a referral program. A couple tips about a referral program, because I know a lot of people ask me these questions often. Number one, would you do a dollar amount or a percentage for your referral program? I suggest firmly a dollar amount, and for two reasons. The dollar amount helps you control your profit margin. So when you do a percentage, if it's a $300 service, $400 service, that means that the person is going to save more. I believe that we should be able to cap that so we can still recoup some of our money and make a profit. So my tip for you when you're thinking about this is do a dollar amount, and do not make your offer or your promotion more than 20% of your average ticket. The other reason why I like a dollar amount is because your
Let's say that again, Nina. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Sure.
I think I was muted for a second. Can you
That's
say
okay.
that one more time? I want for the people in the back to hear that.
Absolutely. So your promotion or your reward for the client, coming in, and for your current client too, is that reward and promotion should not be more than 20% of your average ticket. So example, if your average ticket is $100, we would not offer more than $20 for the promotion. Another tip is your loyal client should receive at least $5 more than the new client coming in. So if you're at $100 average ticket, your promotion would look like $20 for $20 for the current and $15 for the new. Now, I'm getting deeper into this referral program, which will help us in the back end because we're going to go over the VIP.
Yep.
But I also suggest using retail. Now, if we have a lot of independents, you may not have a lot of retail to kind of play with, but this is an option. You can wrap retail into this. So your current client would receive a $20 gift toward a retail product, and the new client coming in would receive a $15 gift toward their first salon experience. Now, you can do this digitally. You should create it digitally. You can have a QR code in your business, but you can have a PDF version that's digital where your clients can email and text it to their friends and family. So referrals, hands down, I feel like if you're going to lean into anything, especially because, if you're not living on social media, referrals, that's where it's at. You already have a big collective group of clients that know, love, and trust you. You don't have to do anything else except ask them to support you. And so with referrals, I'm going to kind of leave that there so you can start thinking about your referrals. Number two would be networking. So you got to get out. Like, we were cooped in the house for a long time. You've got to get out and get your face out there and network your business. You can also network through Facebook groups, but getting yourself out there in your community is essential when you're looking to build a business and build a brand. The last one that I want to talk about, and I'll stick on this one for a little while, and not a lot of people talk about this, and it just blows my mind because it actually blew up my business, was business to business partnerships. You should be looking within 3 to 5 miles of your salon and looking at other like-minded businesses that share in your target client and becoming friends with them and asking them how you can help each other build each other's businesses. So for instance, an example, in my salon, there was one of my stylists that partnered up with a med spa owner. That was our perfect target client. And this particular stylist of mine, she built a significant business just on referrals from that med spa owner. And we sent her a ton of clients too. Yoga studios, Pilates studios, gyms, realtors, other people that share in your target client, make conversation with them. We had a jewelry store, like a high-end jewelry store that was next door to my business. We partnered all the time. And it could just be as simple as you doing an email marketing campaign for each other. Obviously we're not sharing other people's email addresses. It would come from me, but it would be something to promote the jewelry store next door. And then they would share something about my salon to promote into their, and they had, a big following of people. And so did we. We did events together. We hosted nonprofit events together, sometimes 2-3 times a year in my space. So you don't have to go as grand, but look around and see your other business owner friends, bakeries, vegan cookie companies, like whatever matches your target client. And I'm telling you, just having those other people to like bounce ideas off of and share, maybe vent a little bit on some of the challenges that you're going through, it is truly a game changer. And I feel like not a lot of people lean into that. And I think that we really need to use those business to business partnerships and networking. Again, business to business partnerships. I'm sorry, but the Chamber of Commerce in your area, get involved. Some work better than others. I get it, right? You have to know your area and demographic, but the Chamber of Commerce is just like advertisement and connecting with other like-minded business owners. Go to the events, network, get out face to face, shake hands, and you can literally pick your target market. Like, I would go to these events all the time and I would be like, I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her. Like, I would literally pick out my target client and I would talk to them. And I still, honestly, to this day, have relationships with them. We're going back, 6, 7, 8 years. So diving into this and the basis of this is all built on relationships. So that's the first part externally.
Okay, mic drop. I mean, Nina, those are such brilliant and tangible ways to make that action happen. I bet nobody, or like a lot of people on here, didn't think to reach out to the Chamber of Commerce. It's kind of like a gold mine in your town built for you.
Yeah.
And we should totally take advantage of that. And really just not take it for granted, because somebody put in the chat, like, I live in a saturated area. How do I find that? It's probably because everyone's using the same method of gaining new clients, like on social media, or they're posting on the same Facebook group all the time, or you just pass by that one salon. But how are you truly getting up and out of your comfort zone to hit that new, like, level of your business?
Yeah, absolutely. Can I add something really quickly about the saturated market? Because I relate to this. When I moved into my salon, so I moved from a 600 square foot salon into a 1,600 square foot salon, and it was during the recession. And I was broke, by the way, during that time. In my market and in my area, there were 43 salons within 6 blocks of my business. So talk about being saturated, right? What I want you to, I don't know who it was because it went by so fast, but I did see it. What I want you to focus on, and for everyone too, is your message and first of all, you have to lean into your own magic and your own uniqueness and your own specialty within your brand, but your message just needs to be louder than everyone else's, whether that message is through Instagram or it is through networking. And the other thing too is you need to find the areas where people aren't living. Like go where no one is.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had this conversation with one of my coaching clients yesterday, and I said, you're in a neighborhood, in an area where your chamber of commerce, because I know where they live, is huge and it's amazing. And you have one salon that's in that chamber, I would be all over that shit.
Get in there.
The Chamber of Commerce. And so you got to find ways to go where people aren't going and plant yourself and just make your message louder and stand true and tall within your own magic and your own uniqueness. Because listen, what I was doing in my business, it wasn't different than anybody else's, but it was the team that I had. It was the brand that we had. It was the relationship. And my brand was very heartfelt and led with empathy and compassion. And that's what set us apart. So find that within yourself and just make your message louder than anyone else's. And you got to step outside of your comfort zone. I know it's hard to talk to people. I saw that go through too. We don't grow unless we step out of our own mold. And so maybe that would be a challenge for you. If you have a hard time talking to people, push yourself, go to a networking event, or maybe start networking through some of these Facebook groups. But, just you being you and being unique is really enough. Now we just need to market it and message it in a louder way.
And I love that someone quoted you, by the way. Like now this is going to be a bumper sticker. You can order it later. No, just kidding. It comes in a bumper sticker, a hat, and a T-shirt.
T-shirt, yes.
Louder than everyone else's.
Yeah.
Nina Tulio. I'll be taking orders later. No, I think what's really what I'm hearing is finding a unique way to connect with someone is not as hard as you think it is.
Right.
It comes from being authentic to who you are. Because by the way, you don't want to show up to a networking event and be networking for someone else.
Right.
You want to be
networking as someone else. That's
exactly
right by you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So staying true to yourself and showing up to those events, believe me, I understand, like, it's hard to find the chutzpah to do that. But I saw a question that I thought might be really helpful if we talk about what are some like conversation starters or like actual ways that you begin that chit chat. How do you do it?
Good question. Absolutely. And you know what's so funny is that I will never forget this in the day of my life. I had a stylist who was like, I always thought of my stylists, they were like under my wing, and I'll do whatever I can to help you grow. And I'm like pushing her out the door to go to a networking event because she was so nervous. And I literally pushed her. I said, you're going to be fine. Call me when you're done. This is what you do. Don't stand by the wall. Get in the middle. Talk to the people, right? I said, do you think everybody else is going there to not meet people? They're going there to meet people too. So some of the great conversation starters is just going over, hi, I'm Nina Tulio. I own a hair salon here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I would love to chat with you. Tell me a little bit more about what you do. That's kind of like what we led with. And not leading with your 30-second elevator pitch. We want to make it about other people. Hi, I'm Nina Tulio. I own a hair salon. Boom, you got it. You know what I do. But tell me about you. Tell me about what you do, because then you can gauge, like, is this my target client? Is this someone that I want to spend more time with? Do I want to set up a coffee date with them, which is what we would do often after we met people in these networking events. But I really think living in your true authentic self and just going up to someone and introducing yourself, telling them a little bit about what you do, and then asking them what they do. It's literally networking gold, and it's so easy to do. It's weird at first. I'm not going to lie. It is weird as shit, but you've got, again, if we want a different result, we've got to pivot, and we have to do things that are different than what we've always done,
I also want to just give a shout out to those who are true introverts and who find that physically impossible, but maybe that should be a goal. Maybe that could be a teeny tiny goal that actually means way more to you than it does to any of us. And perhaps it's go to one networking event before the end of February and insert yourself. And it doesn't matter if you get anything out of it, just little by little, finding that confidence. And, it could be just nerves or, it could be neurodivergence. That's a real thing. So I want to give tips to anyone who's out there with that. And Nina, I feel like if somebody like you walked up to me, I would be like, how do I respond to this incredible enigma of a human? But I feel like someone else recommended, Jessica, I think her name was, that, introducing yourself, finding a way to connect with them, complimenting them. It could be just a way for you to just get that in so that you can scan and that you can discover that. Amazing. Okay. I want to scooch through so that we can get through other things. So Nina, how do you keep your top clients from coming, or not from coming back? How do you keep your top clients coming back and back and back?
So one of the things that I think that we do not focus on enough in this industry is client retention. Because here's the thing, if you're spending all this money, time, and energy to attract new business and you're not keeping them, you are wasting a shitload of money. I curse a lot. Is that cool? Can I do that here? Is that accepted for me to say shit on this?
Oh,
okay.
It would be weird if you didn't.
Okay, perfect. So I think we have to understand that we have to pay attention to both things. Should we be attracting new? Yes. But we have to make sure that we're looking at our retention numbers and we're keeping them. Some of the key components, and I want you guys to really listen here to what I'm about to say. I lived through the recession of 2009. I was broke, $90,000 in debt during the recession of 2009. I sold my home to keep my business during the recession of 2009. And in that moment of time, which was probably one of the hardest times of my life as a business owner, there was one thing that never crossed my mind, and it was never to discount my prices, never to lower my standard when it came to my business, not only for myself and my team. So what we had to do was we really, really had to focus on client relationships. What are you going to do that's extra that people are not going to do? And honestly, it all starts with your client intake. It starts with booking them. Is it convenient? It starts with your consultation. Are you taking extra time? We used to book out 30 minutes extra for our new clients, to gain that client retention and build that relationship. And people say, oh, it's 30 minutes, you're wasting. No, I'm going to make sure I get to know Brenda, because Brenda's in my chair for the first time and I want to spend 30 minutes with her so I don't feel like I have to rush talking through it. And so I know some of you may be feeling it right now because I've been hearing this conversation that you had a slower season. Some of you are having a slower winter. Some of you have just had a slower 3 months. Please do not revert back to fear. I want you to dive into the value that you have within and that you provide. So don't go to discounting. Don't go back to thinking I'm not good enough. We need to focus on building relationships with our clients and following up with clients, right? Spending a longer shampoo experience with them. I coach and teach to a 15-minute shampoo experience. We're sending text messages and emails that go out that are customized to the client when they're new. We follow up with people. These are just a few things that I'm blurting out, but the relationship side of it, people they don't pay you to apply their color. They don't pay you to, a small portion of it obviously is your technique. You can't jack people up and expect them to come back. However, they're looking for you to make them feel good. They're looking for you to validate them for 2 hours or 3 hours because maybe they're struggling at home. I cannot stress how having these relationships and having that be a part of my brand, it was the forefront of my brand, allowed me to absolutely stay in business because I was this close to closing, not once, but twice. And so I think the other part of it is figure out what works for your business. If you're in a suite, make your intake form and customize it. They can pick their music. They can pick their aroma and their scent. You can turn the lights down for them during the shampoo experience. They can pick the essential oil that they want. For suite owners, that's very customized. You can ask them that. These are the things that are going to be like, oh shit, like they really care. Yeah. And the follow-up, and I don't care if anybody says this is old school, please work with me. Nothing is better than sending out a handwritten thank you card to your new clients. Should we be sending texts and emails and asking for follow-ups and feedback and, Google reviews and all of the things? Absolutely, yes. But mail is like, it's either bills or it's just not coming. And we don't even want to pay attention to the bills. Yep. If you write a card and it is heartfelt and you talk about how little Johnny, their son, went out and they had the best vacation and you make it personal, I'm telling you, we did this since day one. I don't care if it's 2010 or 2024. There's something very heartfelt about receiving a thank you card from your hairstylist. So those are some things that I would lean into when it comes to client retention, and make sure that you're always going to give 150% to your client, not just the first time, but every single time, because they have to come to you 3 times before they become a loyal client. So we have to make sure that we lean into the extras and take that extra 30 minutes with them and allow them to choose their essential oil that they're going to get rubbed down with their scalp massage. These are all things that honestly, not a lot of people want to do. And I'm going to tell you my favorite C word right now. It's consistency. So whatever you decide, I scared you, didn't I? You got nervous. You thought, what is she going to say?
I got excited. I was ready. And that's an amazing C word. That's the new
It is
C
an amazing C word. It's my favorite C word. Whatever you do and whatever you learn today, pick one thing and be freaking so consistent. Put your whole heart and soul into it. I'd rather have you pick one thing and go gangbusters than pick 14 things and then never complete any of them. So we lack consistency in this business. And so I'm just here to kind of push you along and say, hey, whatever you do, just be consistent in your approach, because it will pay off. And we got to be a little patient because it takes time sometimes to, make things happen.
And Nina, I feel like it goes without saying, like, here's who you are today in 2024. You've got the skin of a newborn. You've got an entire career behind you. It feels, your skin looks great in this light. I just had to give you that.
Thank you.
And we all think you look like Sandra Bullock. We hope that
some people have said that to me before. Yes. Thank you.
So you're the Oscar winner here. No, Nina, what I'm trying to say is, like you were just saying, taking that patience and having that time, like you and who you are today as a coach, as an educator, as a mentor, didn't just wake up one day. Like, you went from 2009 to this. It takes time, and like the best crock pot recipes are the ones that take 2 days to make, so
hard work. Yeah.
And incredible hard work. So I want to throw it back to you and ask, is there anything else that you wanted to share around keeping those top clients coming back? Or else we can move on to the next section.
I want to move on to the VIP referral program, because that's going to be lit, life changer.
Let's do it. So let's crack the code. What is bringing in new business from your dream clientele look like, and like that VIP clientele?
Okay, I'm so excited. So here's the thing. We already talked about a referral program, but the VIP referral program is actually you leaning into your core loyal clients. So I would say if you're solo, pick your top 10 clients. If you have a team of people, each of them picks their top 5. And it could be based on their revenue, how much the client is spending per year, or it could be little Mary, who always gets a haircut every 3 weeks, and she's just so loyal that way, right? It's not always about the money. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get either a branded box or a cute little branded bag, and we're going to make a nice little care package here for these people, okay? We're going to load up our little bag or box with some product that I highly recommend that you get from your distributor. It could be full-size product, or it could be a little travel size product. Just, 2 or 3 is fine. You're going to get a thank you card, and you're going to handwrite a little thank you card in there, letting Linda know how much you love her because she's been so loyal. We're also going to get 2 gift cards. And again, not going over that 20% of your average ticket. We're going to get 2. We're going to stuff those in there. And if you want to work with your local bakery and get some cute little cookies and, make it nice, like you said in the beginning, make it nice. So put all of that in there. And if you're going to create 5, you set your bags up. And now you have your list of your top clients, either 5 or 10 loyal clients. And what you're going to do, and here's the verbiage, you're going to go to Linda and you're going to say, Linda, I love you. You've been such an amazing, loyal client. I have something special for you. So here's a little gift bag. Inside this gift bag, there's some goodies for you. So you're going to find a thank you card from me, and you're going to find some product. And for your 2 favorite friend and family members, I have loaded up 2 gift cards worth $25, and I would love to see more clients like you in my chair. So I'm going to gift you these 2 $25 gift cards, give them to your favorite friends and family. And when they come in and when they come back, you're going to also get rewarded as part of my referral program, which will just say it's going to be $20 toward a product of your choice. Now here's the thing. This is a small, now we're not thinking we're going to get hundreds of people from this. This is a very detailed, loyal client base that we're leaning into. And if you do your top 10, if they come back, you have loyal clients for life, because loyal clients breed loyal clients. So make it cute, make it brand consistent, put some oomph and emotion behind it. And I'm telling you, I've done this in my salon, but I've had a lot of my coaching clients do it. And the client is like, wowed. They're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I love this. So if you want to step outside of the box and you want to enhance your referral program, I would work more toward a VIP referral program and do all the things that I just mentioned and make it special and have at it, and hopefully you'll get some people from it.
What do you call that little card? Like a gift card for that other referral?
Yep. You could just load up some gift cards with 20 or 25, whatever your promo is going to be. Now, here's the thing, because one of my coaching clients said, the client that I gave it to tried to use the gift card. I said, Karen, we're not doing that. Like, we have to make sure that we tell them this is for their friends and family. When they come in, then you will get rewarded. We're not going to have you double dipping and then going into the candy jar before you give out the candy to your friends and family. So make sure that you do explain it to them. But they get the thank you card, they get the product, they get some cookies, they get all the things and they feel special. And when you make people feel special, they want to do for you. And so I think it's just a really great way and a very particular way to dive into your absolute dream client, instead of wasting all of this money spending on ad dollars or, Instagram ads and Facebook ads, which work very well, but this is just more cost effective.
And I think that personal touch makes that client come back in a retention that you can't buy.
Yes.
You can't buy that like an ad. I want to bring on Kieran back again to talk a little bit about finding your top clients within the GlossGenius app, because we have a report that does this for you. So let me go like this and then, okay, let's do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Kieran. Okay.
Hi.
Take it away.
I'm obsessed with this whole conversation. I've been like frantically typing away, but I'm just like the entire time.
Me too.
Amazing. So there is a top 10 client list that you can pull from right within the GlossGenius app. You just have to head to your reports. You'll be able to download it. Some other things that I'll call out is that you also have like marketing features built right into GlossGenius as well. So if you want to use that top 10 client list and then send them an email campaign or a text marketing campaign, you can go ahead and do that. And there's also automatic rebooking reminders. So talking about like keeping clients coming back. When you check out a client, you can set it up in advance that, let's say you want to see them in 8 weeks time, a notification will literally go out to them to remind them to book with you. And the last thing I'll mention, 2 things actually. Sorry, Danny.
Oh, that's okay.
One is a lot of folks have been asking how to track the referrals that come through. I would recommend on our gold plan, we have something called Genius Forms, and you can attach them to like all of the services that you have, but it's basically an intake form that goes up to your clients. And add a question in there that basically says, were you referred by anybody? If yes, please put their name down. And you can start tracking that and like adding it into your notes or pinning that to the client profile itself. So that's really useful. And the last thing that I'll mention is on the marketing side, a lot of folks I saw ask, like, how do you phrase this? How do you actually like, you know, tell your clients this is what the offer is, or this is what I'm doing? There's a Genius AI feature as well. The more you use it, the smarter it gets. But I use it for all things. You could ask it to write out your text campaign for you. You could ask it to write social media posts for you, like what to caption stuff. You could also ask it like, how do I phrase this to my client when she comes in? And you don't have to actually put this into a campaign, but it could be like the verbiage you use when they're actually in the chair with you. So there's a whole ton of stuff that you can use.
Amazing reminders, Karen. Thank you so much. And I know that some of you guys are like, I don't remember any of that. As soon as we are done with tonight's call, there will be a recording and we will provide a recap. And I will make sure to provide all of the goodies that Nina mentioned tonight, as well as those really helpful tools that are at your fingertips with GlossGenius that Karen mentioned. Thank you so much. Okay, amazing. Nina, I think that where I'd love to go next is let's finish off tonight with the final module, which is, you know, principles for attracting your dream clients tomorrow. I want to make sure that folks feel confident in what to do when they get off this call. Now, you and I kind of put this together and we've covered this tonight. So going where your clients go, I think can relate to what we were saying earlier tonight, finding those new clients, like maybe it's the Chamber of Commerce quarterly meeting. Maybe it's a local county fair. Maybe it's a small business owner group that's like a meetup, it meets at a bar. It could be any of the above, but going where your clients go will like attract, and just that domino effect will go into stake. Bringing your clients to you, I think that touches on what Nina was sharing earlier around, you know, making it accessible, making the experience of coming into your salon feel comfy, cozy, and that they want to return. And we, of course, covered like we would be remiss if we didn't mention how useful social media was, especially for attracting new clientele, but also like maybe giving a shout out and highlighting the latest portfolio on your site, portfolio images on your site, and tagging that client, making them feel special that you're featured on there. And then those GlossGenius features, like I said, are right at your fingertips, and you don't need to be a GlossGenius Gold member in order to receive all of those features. But with GlossGenius Gold, you do get a few upgrades that allow you to have some fun with that. But okay, so these are like sort of the principles that I think are really useful. Nina, I want to make sure that we are covering everything else that you wanted to mention tonight so that folks can walk away with that.
I think we're good. I would love to take some questions and you know, get people excited about their giveaway so they can enter and do all the fun things.
Yes, 100%. So we have a few questions that came in. Let me pull this up. All right, so we've got 3 questions. The first is, how do you maintain a healthy boundary with loyal clients? Sometimes clients start thinking of you as friends or family, and that may cross boundaries, especially if we're giving them gifts. Tell me your thoughts there, Nina.
We're giving them gifts, but we're asking them to give us something in return, right?
Exactly.
It's very hard. And I was someone that really struggled with boundaries, even as an owner. But I will tell you this. If you don't set the standard in your business, your clients are going to set it for you, and they're going to set it in a way that appeases them, not you. So you have to take control of your business and understand that you're running a business. This is not a nonprofit. And when you set the standard for your business, the clients need to rise to your standard. We don't lower the standard to meet the client. We set the standard and have the client rise. And I think it's our own fear that gets in our way and why we don't do this. But I'm telling you now, 99% of your clients are rooting for you. They are cheering for you. And the 1% that doesn't like the boundaries that you set, they're going to move on anyway. And that's okay. We can fill Karen's spot, no problem. But I think it's getting past the fact that you always have to do everything to please everyone, because when you do things to please everyone, guess who you are not pleasing? Yourself. So start putting yourself first in your business. And as hard as it is to have those conversations, maybe send it out in an email, first, if you're setting scheduling, boundaries, or if you're setting texting boundaries, or whatever that looks like, or policies, maybe you send out in an email first, but make sure that you stick to it. Because if you flex for one, my thing was always, I pride myself on being fair. So if someone would try to press me like, hey, can you do this for me? Because I'm special, I'm like, hey, I would love to do that for you, but I pride myself on being fair and working on integrity. So if I do it for you, that means that I have to do it for everyone else. And that's not fair. So I would love to do that for you, but I'm sorry, it just doesn't align well with my core values. And they're like, oh, okay. Like they were like, okay, I'm great, or okay, I'm going to just go somewhere else. But they rarely ever left. So I think it's pushing yourself out of your own comfort zone. And I think a script, like rehearsing a script in front of the mirror before you do it, is so helpful. I used to do that shit all the time with my team. They thought I was crazy. And then they're like, this actually works. Good idea.
And maybe the power there is like saying it out loud helps you believe it before someone else.
Amen.
I love that, Nina. Amen. Okay. A lot of questions on how to create relationships when you're an introvert or have anxiety. I feel like we covered that earlier. Let me put this one in here. I've got great reviews, but I'm not receiving referrals or word of mouth traction. So that's the question that we've got.
You've got great reviews, and reviews are it for 2024. Again, if you want to invest your efforts to build something, like lean into your reviews. I think that's going to be really big for 2024. You've got reviews. Where are they coming from? Because there's a disconnect somewhere. If they're on your website and they're not converting, then there's a disconnect between the client journey on your website and what they're going to experience from them pushing the book now button, or are they coming from Instagram? Like, where are they coming from? We have to know that. Like, where are they looking, and where are they not converting? Because maybe it's a verbiage issue. Maybe it's an issue where we're speaking more about us on our website as opposed to speaking to the client and what they're going to experience. So there are a lot of things that was a little vague. So I'm trying to, cover my bases there, but, I think we have to look into all areas, all social media, all website and traffic, and where they're coming from. Google My Business, like make sure that all of those things are on point.
100%. Would you say that you have any different advice or any unique advice for folks who are not in the hair industry? Or do you think would you say and feel confident that you could apply any of these principles to any vertical?
Absolutely. I have people who have worked with me before on any capacity that are massage therapists, that are lash artists, that are estheticians, that are tattoo artists. Any industry that is a service-based beauty business, these can all apply. You may need to make a little tweak here and there, but we're all serving and we're all in the beauty industry. So yes, they can apply for sure.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So thank you so much, Nina, for answering a few of those questions. I definitely wanted to give folks, and we do have several questions in the chat. And I think what I might do to make it really easy for folks when we send this recap is here are some of the frequently asked questions that I think a lot of people may be asking, but maybe they didn't have the courage to come up tonight and ask that. So thank you to the community who is on tonight's call, who participated, and for everyone who shared their experiences earlier, and also sharing a little bit of that vulnerability and thinking of Haven and, all the incredible community members that we heard from tonight. So I feel like people are like, all right, what's this contest? What's this VIP program that we can do this? So talk to us about Make Dat Money.
Yes.
And it's spelled with a D now. And before we started, I just want to make sure we're done with tonight's workshop. Nina, thank you so much for joining us tonight and for bestowing your wisdom on. I feel like we all needed this tonight in a way.
Thank you so much. Honored to be here. Truly. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for asking me and having me, and to everyone that took time out of their day again to be with us. A couple things I want to add quickly before I forget. If you guys forget a question or I didn't answer your question, I live on Instagram at Nina Tulio, just my name right here. You can see it.
Yes.
Follow me on Instagram, slide into my DMs. I know that you're going to put a page together too, which I think is great. People can slide into my DMs. I am the person behind my Instagram. It's very important for me to stay very grounded and connected to my community. So you can always slide into my DMs and I'll answer questions for you, and then make that money again. Make That Money Light is the self-paced version that is going to help you get your pricing on point, price per minute, price per hour, so you understand and your pricing service is based on facts and not fear. Also increasing your profit margin with my calculators, and helping you, with tips on getting your menu recreated in your business. Again, it's a self-paced version of my course, but we're giving 2 away. So can you tell them how they have to enter and do all of the things? Because I'm super excited.
So in a second, Nina and I are going to pose, and we're going to allow you all to take your phone and take a picture of the screen tonight with this in it. Yep. Throw up the deuces. Nina and I are going to go through all of the entries that are tagged with GlossGenius and Nina Tulio's Instagram name. And then we will pick 2 winners from that. So Nina, let's go ahead and get our best eyes and teeth.
Yes, let's do it.
And then we'll give everyone a chance to take this picture. Go ahead and post it on your Instagram story and tag Nina and GlossGenius. You must have both of those tags in order to qualify to be chosen. And exciting that we're picking 2 winners. So everybody's got a chance. Okay. Cheese. All right. I know. I'm like, hopefully you all got that. If you didn't, we're, snapping a pic right here. And feel free to tag us. I'm so excited for Nina to meet all of you more personally. This is why we asked her to come on stage and pass her the mic. Nina, you are a dream partner for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay, wait, I want to make sure. Can we put, okay, we got the thing in there. Okay, great. And here is GlossGenius's Instagram and Nina's as well. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you. I'm so excited to see all of you attracting your best clientele. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye. Thank you, guys. See you later.